onto the Zoom chat with us to have an opening speech. Welcome, 𝐿𝐵𝐵.
Thank you, Simon. Hi. Good to see all.
Over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Simon. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, just type 1 in the chat box. So that good. Thank you. So good to see all of you here today at our Zoom sharing session. Before we dive into today's exciting topic, allow me to introduce myself. I'm 𝐿𝐵𝐵, Country Manager of 𝐸𝐿𝐼 Malaysia. I have been with 𝐸𝐿𝐼 for almost 13 years. So the same time 𝐸𝐿𝐼 has operated in Malaysia. So we have grown together, and I'm so proud to see so many lives transformed through 𝐸𝐿𝐼. Well, 𝐸𝐿𝐼 is a global company, and your distributor ID is like a passport, allowing you to expand your business globally. So we are not limited by borders. You can connect with people worldwide who share your passion for true health. So the opportunities are limitless. So today we have an interesting session ahead. Mr. Simon, a successful 6A2 distributor, is here to share insight about 𝐸𝐿𝐼 product and business opportunity. And I believe many of you know him, as he has been invited by some 𝐸𝐿𝐼 branches and HQ in Japan to conduct numerous training. And recently, he has also conducted a Zoom training for the European market. And I, along with some manager, have attended his session in places like Okinawa, Japan, Hong Kong, Dubai, Philippines, Singapore, and Malaysia, and more, of course. And I have personally witnessed the positive response from distributor in these places, and which is why I invite him to share how opportunities are abundant everywhere and how people are excited about our products and business opportunities. And the 𝐸𝐿𝐼 team and I really appreciate his effort in sharing his knowledge globally. Thank you, Mr. Simon. And as a global business with 43 branches in 26 countries, 𝐸𝐿𝐼 has transformed countless lives, and not just physically and financially, but also in terms of mental health. So 𝐸𝐿𝐼 provides a supportive platform for all distributors. Each of them has their own unique story. And today we have also pleased to have 6A23 leader, which is part and lot from Hong Kong. You can gain unique perspective from our foreign leaders. So to enhance your understanding and learning about how they approach the market, and let's give them a big round of applause by popping up the clap hand emoji, or you can type 8888. Thank you for their time and effort in sharing with us. So today we are joining this training with a purpose. And I hope you end this session with something valuable and that you can share with your team member as well. So let's not wait any longer. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Simon. Mr. Simon, the floor is now yours. All the best.
Thank you very much, 𝐿𝐵𝐵. Thank you for coming on to this call with us. Let me just add back my spotlight. So let's give Miss 𝐿𝐵𝐵, a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, in the group chat. She has been very supportive of the growth of the Malaysian distributors, which a lot of them are here tonight. And 𝐿𝐵𝐵 has done a great job as the country manager of Malaysia. We all appreciate you a lot, 𝐿𝐵𝐵. Thank you very much for everything that you do, and also coming onto this call to have the opening speech. Thank you very, very much, 𝐿𝐵𝐵. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, if you have dealt with 𝐿𝐵𝐵 before, or you have you're a Malaysian distributor and you have had experiences with her, you know that she's one of the most supportive branch managers in the whole 𝐸𝐿𝐼 corporate world, and we are very, very grateful to have 𝐿𝐵𝐵 in our branch, to have supported us all these years. All right, so without further ado, let's go into today's call. There's about 107 of us in today's call, and I prepared something that when 𝐿𝐵𝐵 was talking to me about having this Zoom call today, I said What is the purpose of it? How can I add value to the participants? How can I help distributors around the world? Because if you can see, this call is filled with people that places that I've not even been before, like Finland and Sweden and Spain and all these amazing countries. And you guys are you're not from my team, but you're from the same 𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐺𝐵 family. And the way I've been operating my 𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐺𝐵 business is, I've never really cared too much about who is my upline, who is my downline, who's my sideline. As far as I'm concerned, we're all in the same company. We're all in the same community. Who is our upline, who is our sideline, who's our downline is secondary. What's most important is when you see somebody in the 𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐺𝐵 community, we're on the same boat. If you agree with me on that, type 1 in the chat box. As long as we're part of the same company, we're marketing the same product, we're drinking out of the same machine every single morning. All 2 million of us around the world. Isn't that powerful? Isn't that beautiful, ladies and gentlemen? That is something to be celebrated on already. We're all sharing the same mission. And the reason why I have this mindset that it doesn't really matter which team we come from and all that stuff, because first of all, the market is huge. Would you guys agree? Type 2, if you agree that the 𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐺𝐵 market is still abundant. It's so big. Like, it would take us a few lifetimes to even talk to, even a fraction of the people in our network, let alone the whole state or the whole country, right? And now we know the 𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐺𝐵 business is global. You can do your business in Malaysia, you can do your business in Singapore, Dubai, London, wherever you want to do. So the world is your oyster, and it's such a limitless business. And I believe in 𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐺𝐵, what can be even improved further is the synergy among teams around the world so that we can work together pushing this mission of compassion on true health of Mr. Oshiro to more people around the world so that more people can learn about this amazing water. Let me ask everybody here a question. When you start to drink Kangen water, I've been on the Kangen water for the last 10 years exactly. I bought my machine in 2014. So this year marks my 10th year. Who here, after taking this water, your lives has been changed, whether health-wise or financially or your time, your business, your energy, your perspective? Who here have experienced a drastic change in these areas? Type 1 in the chat box. Maybe you were stuck in a 9-to-5. You were unhappy. You were, doing things just for the sake of the salary at the end of the month. And today you're free. You're doing things that you love. You are traveling to places. You are making new connections. You're building new networks in different countries. And I think that's what makes 𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐺𝐵 such a beautiful, beautiful place to be. And we all know Mr. Oshiro, the founder of 𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐺𝐵. You would rarely, honestly, you would rarely see such a guy running a business in today's day and age. Today's day and age, everybody's about profit, 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 profit. Everybody. But Mr. Oshiro is the other way. He's about giving, 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 compassion, 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 helping the distributors, helping the distributors, helping the distributors, giving contests away, hoping people can make more money. It's so rare to see a CEO or owner of a company that wants to give more money away. And this is Mr. Oshiro. I don't know if you guys are seeing what I'm seeing, because I've seen the things he's done. If you notice all the contests, it's crazy. The amount of money he's giving out to distributors is unbelievable. So this year, especially this year, marks the 50th year of 𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐺𝐵. It's going to be exciting. Can I just see by some response in the chat box, who here you will be attending the June 50th anniversary of 𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐺𝐵 in Okinawa, Japan? Type Okinawa in the chat box. Type Okinawa in the chat box. I'm going. Got my ticket already. Just haven't booked my flight. Rania, how are you? See you in Okinawa. Didn't see you in Dubai. See you in Okinawa. So who here you're going? And if you're not going, you should. You should go. The next time 𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐺𝐵 is going to have such a huge celebration is when they hit 100 years. 50 and then 100. So it's a big deal. And I believe personally that if you are serious about this business, if you're committed about this business, you can't miss out on such events. You cannot afford to miss out on such events. Some people may say, "Oh, Simon, I didn't get my ticket. It was sold out." Just get there. You'll find your way. You know, that's what I say. Just buy your ticket, book your hotel, just get there. You'll find a way to get into the convention hall, because Mr. Shiro is such a guy of compassion. You know, he'll find a way to get in as long as you guys want to do it. So today's call, I'm going to keep it very short. I'm going to cover two things that I've discussed with Sherman and the 𝐏𝐫𝐶 Malaysia team, that they want me to present 𝐏𝐏𝐶 the way that I presented it in Okinawa. Let me tell you guys a very interesting story. When I was in Okinawa, this was a couple months ago, and I was there to actually do a emGuarde demo. Can I see by show of hands who here attended my emGuarde online webinar on the WebEx app? Either the last one or the first one. Anybody? Type 1 in the chat box for Europe. The pre-launch Europe call. I think that's why a lot of you guys from Europe are here today, because you guys have joined the official group and you got to know about this call. By the way, I feel so free now that I can speak so fast. You know, a lot of the most of the times of the call I have to speak so slow because there's like 9 languages being translated, and it stresses me out because I'm a fast talker. All right. So I was in Okinawa, invited by 𝐏𝐿 headquarters to present the emGuarde to the Japanese distributors in Okinawa. This was a couple months ago. And I did the presentation. They loved it. They can't wait for emGuarde to be in Japan. The same stuff that I presented to you guys on either the regular Zoom calls on emGuarde or the Europe pre-launch call. And by the way, Europe is going to be such an exciting market for emGuarde. You know, and it's going to be launched very soon. I'm sure you just have to wait for the announcement from your respective offices. And Tomo-san, Mr. Tomo said, Simon, could you also do a Kangen seminar for the distributors? And doesn't it sound funny? The machine came from Okinawa, 50 years ago, and Tomo-san, the global sales director, I said, Simon, can you do a Kangen demo? I said, but weren't these guys the original people? Like, how am I supposed to show them the Kangen demo? They said, no, just do it. The way you guys do it in Malaysia is very different from the way they do it in Japan. I said, okay, fine. But I still found it a bit funny. But anyways, I went ahead and do it. And it was an amazing experience doing a Kangen demo to Okinawan distributors. That's a first. And you know what's the crazy thing? Every single slide, they were taking photo. I said, why are you taking photo? Don't you know this? pH, acid, alkaline, antioxidant. What? No, we don't do this in Japan. I said, how do you do it in Japan? They do it very differently. It's a very old school way, because I later found out that because in Japan, it is licensed as a medical device, there are a lot of things that we do outside of Japan that you can't do it in Japan. So that's why they do it very differently. They have to be like extremely compliant. So, well, extremely compliant also sounds like extremely boring. There's a lot of things that you can't say. You just can't say. So they were amazed. And the same thing I'm going to replicate with today, what I did. And I think one of the key things, I want to do a little bit of mini training today, because I still have to reserve some time for Park and Lok from Hong Kong, is that I want to share with you guys how I've been doing my Kangen demo for the last, let's say, 3 years. I've been really putting everything onto a digital video format. Now, can I just ask everybody a question, all 135 of you, who here, you are still doing the live demonstration? Means you are still having the meter with you. Live demo in the chat box. Barbara said, in Italy, you have become so compliant. I know, right? It's crazy, some certain laws. I think in Malaysia, you can say whatever, just not too much. You don't go and say that this water, after you drink it, no cancer, you can fly. That's too much. But I think our jurisdiction here is still pretty loose compared to you guys over there. So if you are doing a live demo, type live demo in the chat box. I've been doing live demo since I don't know, 2017, since I started the business. And well, I love doing the live demo because it's just so magical, right? When you put in the meter, you put in the tester, and you see their faces, wow. And then They get so excited. But there is one challenge with the live demo. It is still important to have it. It is still important to have it. But on a day-to-day basis, let's say you enroll a new distributor, who here, when you get a new person into your team, for you to get them to do a live demo, you find it a bit challenging. Like, it's not so fast that they pick it up. You know, they take some time to get the stuff to get ready. Type 1 if you've experienced that before. And some people are even unwilling to do it because they feel it's so troublesome. You know, their bag smells like sesame oil and cherry tomatoes. You know, my bag was filled with cherry tomatoes and sesame oil for the last 8 years. Changed about 3 bags because it smelled just like sesame oil. So this is something that we have seen in the business. That's why the short presentation, what I'm going to share with you today, the short presentation I'm going to share with you. Before that, let me just show you a photo. Just wanted to share with you this, guys, before we proceed. This was the latest photo that Shermin is there with our team from Malaysia. We've managed to I managed to sneak myself into Mr. Shiro's 83rd birthday in Okinawa. And as you can see, 83 years old, sky high energy, energetic, drinking, eating, having fun, celebrating life. And have you seen how many 83-year-olds you have seen that has an energy and a full set of black hair like Mr. Shiro? Not many, right? This was amazing. This was just about a month ago. Yeah, it was on the 17th of March, I believe, 17th of March, when we were in Okinawa for Mr. Shiro's birthday. Just wanted to share this with you guys. Very, very special moment. So coming back to the point, a lot of people struggle by enrolling new distributors because they feel it's difficult, it's this, it's that. So now what you can do is to put all the demos into a video form, which I have seen some of the people in the comments said that they're already doing it on video. And today I'm going to introduce 2 things to all of you here. Okay, this is going to cost $1 million, but since you're on this call, it's going to be for free. I always say that, but I always do it for free. You know, I don't know if I'm foolish or I'm a good guy. Okay, so 2 things. Number 1, you can digitize the demo. Very easy. And when you digitize your demo, a new person that comes into the business can immediately pick it up. So the duplication rate is naturally, what do you call that? It is naturally going to be. So once again, guys, there are some people who are messaging me about the link. Once again, the link, the new link, please make sure you send it to your team. That was a slight error from the administrative team. Sorry about that. So once again, they can just log in with the details on the flyer. Okay? So I think more and more people are coming in because of the confusion. Thank you so much. So that is the link. Copy it, send it to them. Okay? Copy it, send it to them. Pretty straightforward. Okay, let's move forward. So 2 things. Digitize your demo. And the second thing is conduct what I like to call a business demo. Now, there are 2 types of demo. The first type is what we call product demo. And the second type is what I like to call business demo. Now, what is the difference? What is the difference? A product demo means you are doing a demo for the purpose of selling that client or that prospect the machine. Means this water is good for you. This water is going to reduce your acidity. This water is going to help you stay young. Your skin is going to look beautiful, etc., etc. That is what I call a product demo. A business demo is the purpose of showing the demo is to enroll them into the business. Now, it's a different way of talking. Now, most people in emGuarde, they do a lot of product demo, which is nothing wrong. But how I do it, I do business demos because the purpose of me showing the demo is to bring this person into the business. Let me ask you a question. Which kind of people do you want to attract into your business? End users or business builders? Which one? End users or builders? You can type in the chat box. Users or builders? Which one is going to be better for you? Which one is going to help you achieve 6A, 6A2, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26? And have a lot of volume of sales coming in. Now my team, of course, I'm not selling thousands of machines, but I want to let you know that, I have gone through the hard road, tried this, tried that. Today, my team averages between 150 to 200 units on a monthly basis, my entire team. And I'm working towards doubling and tripling it in the next 1 year to come. And I'm proud of it because I've been coached by top distributors like Mr. Sam Sear and a lot of amazing leaders around the world. And what you guys have said in the chat box is business builders. You guys want business builders. So if you want business builders, does it make sense that your demo needs to be crafted to attract business builders? So let's talk. Let me share with you what I mean. And I'm going to do a live demo on how I actually do it. So first of all, we introduced the company, 𝐏𝐫𝐶, company of Japan, 26 countries with 43 locations. It is a global company, grossing more than $8 billion, of sales cumulatively. And they're doing about, hundreds of millions of dollars of sales a year to $1 billion a year. And they are expanding every single year. Their latest office was in Nigeria, Cambodia. These are the newest offices that was opened in 2023, and more offices to come. So the company is growing and they are looking for partners around the world. But let's not forget, for every great business, there is a great product. Let me ask you a question. If today you have the opportunity to be a marketing partner of Tesla, to sell a Tesla car, would you like to be on board? Answer is yes. If you can be a marketing partner to sell the latest MacBook or iPhone, would you like to be a partner? Answer is yes. So every great business must start with a great product. And in 𝐴𝐼𝐺, we have one of the best machines, hands down, in the water ionization industry in the whole world with 50 years of history. So that is how I position 𝐴𝐼𝐺. I think a lot of people focus too much on the product and they forget to position the company, right? Very, very important, because once again, we're trying to attract business builders. So the key thing that what our machine solves is around the world, people are exposed to these kind of plastic bottled waters and they have toxic chemicals. Now, by the way, a lot of things that I say on today's Zoom, please make sure that when you redo it in your country, please make sure that you make it compliant. Okay, maybe some of the stuff I say is not so compliant in your country, so please make sure to do that. So BPA, all right, BPA. So we need to stay away from all these chemicals. And the only way is to stop buying the bottled waters and to buy BPA-free plastics and drinking out of Kangen machines. And what are Kangen machines? First of all, this is how it looks like. And I like to set the tone of the entire presentation. I would tell them upfront that this machine produces 5 types of water. Most machines in the market, dirty water in, clean water comes out. This machine, 5 types of water. It's very much like a coffee machine that you have latte, cappuccino, Americano, macchiato. So it depends on what button you press, you get a different type of water coming out that serves a different purpose. All right, so you make it fun. All right, so this is the 𝐾8, this is the flagship model. It produces 5 types of water. And I will briefly go through it. The Kangen water, you'll be using it to drink every single day. The words that you use are also going to be very important. You will be using it every day. Not you can, or after you buy, you can use it. No, you will be. So you're already making them a customer before they even bought it. Make them feel the experience. Are you guys following me so far? If you're following, give me a number 1 in the chat box. So you'll be drinking it every day. You'll be making your coffee. See, all these tiny, small little words are very important. You'll be making your coffee with it. You'll be making your tea with it. And if you're making foods for your children, your kids, use the Kangen water. That is the best, most nutritious water of the machine. And clean water is for medication purposes. Beauty water is going to beautify your skin. It's going to anti-age your skin. And the last 2 waters, one, it is to remove all the pesticides from your vegetables. And the last one is a sanitary water. So you don't have to buy, all these antibacterial solution. So I used this slide in about a minute to set the tone that this machine is multi-function. Because a lot of people, when you don't give them this kind of framing, they get a bit lost throughout the presentation. Yeah. So blah, 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 we go ahead and we emphasize that this is a medical device. This is not just a regular water machine, and we explain Kangen water, which means return to origin, that the properties of the water is designed, engineered to bring your body back to the original state. And that's what we always want. And I'm going to show you 3 things. And in these 3 properties of Kangen water, I'm confident that you will love it, and you will also like to share it with a lot of your friends and family. So what am I doing here? This is what I call a business demo. In the demo itself, I'm saying you're going to see 3 things that's going to make you love the water and share it with your friends. It is about putting the seed, putting the idea in their mind. All right? So this is how we use the subconscious mind. So the first property is the antioxidant. Now, antioxidant simply means anti-aging, because we don't want to age the body. We don't want to put it into oxidation environment. We want to anti-age. We want to stay young. We want to stay healthy. And if you notice my slides, everything that is bad, it's on the left. Anything that is good is on the right. Again, all these are subconscious things that you have to put into your PowerPoint so that people also follow your sales process. That's called it. All right. So we talk about this, and we talk about the tomatoes. I love to use the examples of fruits. When vegetables oxidize and rot, ask them a question. Would you still eat a rotten vegetable? A brown apple? Answer is no. But the scary thing about water is when it goes from fresh to rotten, it doesn't change its taste, color, or smell. So you don't know what you're putting into your body. And living tissue plus a lot of oxidation, and 70% of our body is water, leads to sickness. So again, we want to use very simple words in our demonstration. And take a look at this chart. It's called the oxidation reduction potential chart. As we know, if the ORP, which is measured by a meter, is very high in positive reading, it means it's an aging substance and you should stay away from it. Now, if the liquid shows a negative ORP, it means it is an antioxidant. You know, it's good for the body. It's going to help to heal the body. It's going to provide good antioxidant, good charge, electron charge for the body to heal, which includes things like green tea, vegetables, you know, supplements, and even pot liver oil that you can buy from the pharmacy. But the thing about these things is you can't take massive quantities, but water, you can drink 3, 4, 5 liters a day. And what do I do after that? I show them a video. So this is a video that I've shot in my own room. You don't need a high budget camera. Just take an iPhone, take some white color paper as the background, or you can use a cardboard. And basically I showcase the different types of waters, all right, for a demo. Because remember, the purpose of this demo is so that you can actually do it in a Starbucks. You can do it in a coffee shop. You don't need to be, oh, where's my 7-Up, where's my 100 plus, you know, I'm looking for my stuff to do it. The purpose of this is you can do it anywhere. You can do it on Zoom, just like how I'm doing it with you, right? When you want to connect to somebody that is not in front of you. So that's where I take the meter and I show them. All right. And that's where the meter goes in. By the way, this video has background music as well, but I've turned it off. The reason is I don't talk in these videos because the purpose of this video is you're showing it and you are narrating through it. That is the purpose of it. You know, because if you put an audio inside, then let's say if you're in a coffee shop or you're in a public space, people can't really hear what you're saying. All right, so the audio is not important. So we show them the oxidation on all the waters, which are very, very bad for the body. And the Kangen machine provides you a negative 500 plus antioxidant, which is one of the most powerful liquids in the whole world that can provide you with such a high amount of antioxidant. Do you guys like what you see so far? Very simple. I don't try to be too scientific. If you like what you just see, give me a number 1 in the chat box. That is only the first property. And let me ask you this, Mr. Prospect or Madam Prospect. Just on that alone, if you can help people drink a water that slows down their aging versus increasing their aging, do you think we already have a huge market base to talk to people about the water? Yeah, answer is yes. So every property we sell them that just on this property we can sell the machine. We don't need the rest. But of course, we can continue to show more, the wow factor, and we talk about alkalinity. All right. As we know, if the body is more on the acidic side, that's where sickness come. All right. This one, any doctor will tell you that. Any science book will tell you that. If you go online, people are talking about being on the alkaline side because the alkaline side is where health is. That's where the vegetables are. That's where the supplements, the fruits and vegetables, the certain superfoods is going to put your body in an alkaline state. And that's where we're going to be healthier. All right. Now, as we know, 70% of the body is water. So we need to know whatever that we're drinking. Oops, I don't know why it skipped the video. So we need to know that whatever that we are drinking, is it on the acidic side or is it on the alkaline side? So again, I have another video, and you will notice all my videos are about a minute, and all I do in the video is to show how the water works, and it's a simple test. All right, so this is the pH tester. Yeah. So again, I'm going to put in the testers, and according to the colors of the test, people can see it, all right, that these are all different pH. And you can see Kangen is the only one that has a royal purple color that is high in alkalinity to help our body detox of the acid. So show a video. And in the video, I even use the Kangen water and I pour it into all the different types of water to show them that they can use the Kangen water machine, the Kangen water every day to help balance the body's pH or to help reduce the acidity in the body, right? So that we are in a healthy environment. All right. Now, so I'll put it on the Evian, and after that, it will also go into the soft drink, the soda drink, and you will notice that it doesn't change. So this is a great thing that I like to do. It really scares people, that people really see that, oh my God, this is so acidic, and my kids are drinking it every day. All right, then I put a bit of the soda, I put it into a healthy environment, like a child's body, and it completely acidifies it. So I like to ask a question at the end of every property. Once again, do you think you can share this with a lot of friends? Second thing is this. All right, after looking at this, can you still go back to drinking bottled water? Absolutely not. Can you still go back to feeding your kids soda drinks? Absolutely not. So that's why the Kangen water, in my opinion, is not an option. It is a necessity, even as a preventative machine, a preventative technology before anything happens to the body. All right, so your tonality, everything is very important, how you speak to the customer, how you show them the value. And that's where we go to the third one, where we talk about micro-clustering, where we talk about the machine is actually produces water that's more hydrating because of the aquaporins that has superior hydration. And again, another video. I try my best to talk as little as possible during the demos, only for the purpose of today's training, because I try to explain the process of whatever is happening. But normally I'll just use mainly the videos to show what I'm doing. So the tap water, as you can see, it doesn't really extract the tea, but with the Kangen water, it extracts the tea out from the tea bag. That shows that when it goes into the system, you know, it really opens up the aquaporins and our cells absorb a lot of the water. So we get fully hydrated, you know, we make sure we are not dehydrated. We make sure our cells are hydrated. We detox. Everything can happen when you start taking the Kangen water. So I like to do another test is when I put the tap water and the Kangen water, and you can see the one with Kangen, you know, it's like making more tea out of thin air. It's a very powerful thing. I think you should also incorporate this in your video demo. All right, so maximum absorption. So this is to target people who are taking supplements, etc., and they want to learn more. So far, so good. Do you guys like it so far? Do you think the short videos are useful? Type 2 in the chat box if you feel are useful. And the thing is this, you can make your own. And it's great to make your own because at least people know it's you. You can use mine. You know, some of my videos are already available on my Facebook or whatever. You can use mine. But the thing is, when you have your own, you know, it's a little bit different because people see that, oh, that's you in the video. You did this. You know, it's not from some guy, right? You did this and it's from you. I think that's more credible. So I think everybody should do it. Everybody should record their own Kangen demo video. If you go on YouTube and you type Kangen Simon, you would see my YouTube video. I think it has about 10 or 12,000 views because that's like your name card. when you have a demo video on YouTube, you know, people do treat you a lot more seriously. Oh, you're serious in this business. You're not just trying to refer a machine to me. You are actually in the business. All these makes a difference. Yeah. So go check out my video. You can just type Kangen Simon. It's on YouTube. And I share with them the books, you know, the doctors, Hiromi Shinya, Change Your Water, Change Your Life, and a few more books. There's very powerful that talks about the power of the water, and just to give it some credibility. But again, once again, I don't go too much into the doctor and the science part of it, because that's not my thing. All right. I just use these kind of things to really show that this machine is a very serious machine. Yeah, it doesn't mean you have to go into it. So that concludes the Kangen water. And you can ask them that, you know, after what you have just seen, do you think this is a good water for yourself and your family to drink? And not only that, for the people, they will get to learn about this amazing water from you. All right. So as I said, the machine produces another 4 more types of water, clean water with a 7 pH. This is only for medication purposes, and the beauty water to use on the face, strong Kangen water, so on and so forth. And the beauty water is amazing. You can put it into a spray bottle. It will help you to relieve the oil production. It brightens up the skin. It moisturizes the skin, and it can replace all your beauty toners that you buy from the departmental store. Let them also feel that this machine is not just a premium item. No, it actually saves you money in the long term. You don't have to spend $20, $30 or euros on toners. You can get it out of the machine, unlimited amounts, you know? So it's all about selling the experience to the customer, not so much on the feature. Right? It's the experience. You can be collecting unlimited amounts of toner from the machine. And then that's where I proceed to the next of the machine, where I talk about the 11.5, and you ask them a question: how do you normally wash your vegetables? And I like to use this photo. It says that if it's not safe to breathe, how can it be safe to eat? Right? So I show them a farmer. The farmer is wearing a mask, and the mask shows that it's highly toxic. Okay? So if he doesn't want to breathe it, why on earth should I be eating the stuff that he produces? Doesn't make sense, right? And that's where I show them the 11.5 demo. Again, I let the demo do the talking. Now, as we know, farmers use oil-based chemicals, which we know does not mix with oil. And why do we use 11.5? You will see it in this experiment. Because when you put regular water into an oil, it doesn't mix. So all the chemicals, they tend to stay on your vegetables. You're not washing anything away when you're washing it in your kitchen sink. But with the 11.5, when you just put it in, you can see it emulsifies all the oil. So can you imagine if you have a machine that can do this, people out there who are cooking at home every day, if they learn about this, they will be really happy, because they're not just investing in a drinking water machine, they're also investing in a machine that can also clean their fruit and vegetables. All right, and then I also show them a demo with cherry tomatoes. You can do it with rice, you can do it with onions. For my friends from India, because I know in India the tomatoes are not so popular. So it depends on what you have locally, right? Change it up. But for Malaysia, we like to use tomatoes, you know. And then we rinse out the first one, and as you would already expect, it's clear, doesn't show anything. And then when I rinse out the second one, you can see a big difference. So if you notice, ladies and gentlemen, so far I've made 5 short videos that you can also do it yourself. Set it up, a nice camera angle in your home. Yep, and you can see that. The reason why I didn't show my face is because I wanted my downlines to also use the videos, and they were actually using a lot of my videos in their presentation to also show. Yeah, that's why I didn't show my face. So you can choose to do the same, or you can choose to also put your face in the video. I don't see any problem with that. Okay, so I show another photo of strawberries. I got this online, and that's it. You know, again, never ever sell the feature. You always talk about the benefit and how they can impact people, and share with the people around them to eat a healthier. You see, people love to be that person to share good things with their friends. They love to be that person. I think sometimes we forget about that. Sometimes we're so immersed in our business, we think we need to push people to share. sometimes people, they love to be that person to share good things with their friends. Do you guys agree with me on that statement? Type 1 in the chat box. They love to share, but sometimes when we push them to share, now they don't want to share. You get what I'm saying so far? So we need to understand how to do a balanced push and pull with our downlines or our new customers. I find some distributors, sometimes they get too aggressive. They want their clients to push the product into their friends so fast. I think all these things, it takes some experience, and you need to understand the particular person that you're dealing with, right? No, naturally, I think people, most of my customers, they love to just share, without me even pushing. So we need to know. And coming to the last one, the strong acidic is a sanitary water, which you can use for sanitization purposes, disinfectant. In fact, there is also a list. You can find it on the emGuarde Dubai website, where the emGuarde Dubai company has taken this 2.5 and gotten it tested by the Dubai municipality to be able to be used in hospitals and restaurants in Dubai. That's something that I think a lot of people don't know about emGuarde Dubai. They have done this very important test. So, which means when our distributors, my team in Dubai, who are selling these machines, they can actually sell it to the restaurants and hotels because it's already approved by the municipality. So this is a very powerful thing, the 2.5. So we talk about it again, blah, blah, blah. Again, once again, I don't believe we need to show everything. Some people, after showing the Kangen and the beauty water, they are already interested. And I believe in one thing. I believe in sell first, educate later. If the person needs more before they can make a purchase, then you give more. But if you see that the person is already done, I want this in my house, what do? Do you continue to talk for another 40 minutes or do you just close the sale? You close the sale, right? Anybody made the mistake that you have to finish the whole demo before you close the sale? Type 2 in the chat box if you have done that mistake before. I've done that before, when I first started in the business, because we are like perfectionists. We want to show everything. We feel a duty to show everything, but there's no need to. Sell first, educate later. So a lot of the things about the demo, about the machine, you can also show it on the day of installation. You don't have to show it all at once. Yeah, and then we show, of course, the machine where they made in Osaka, Japan, and these are the certificates that the company has, which are very, very strong. I believe we should bring out these certificates a bit more. And this is the Kangen machine. And the great part of it is it has a global pricing around the world. The K sells for about $5,000 US. Refer to respective branches. It has 8 solid titanium platinum plates as the engine. We call this the Rolls Royce of ionizers. Now, there are 2 ways to close a sale. The first way is what we call bottom up, and the second way is what we call top to bottom. So I want you to really pay attention to what what is the difference between bottom up and top to bottom. Bottom up means, let's say Florence. I'm going to use Florence as an example. It's Florence Fu, because your screen is right in front of me. So I chose your name. So I'm going to take Florence as an example. Let's say Florence is my customer, and I say, oh, Florence, you can choose to buy a filter outside for $500 US or $200 US. But filter, they only do this. And as you can see, the Kangen machine can do this. It is a bottom up. You're trying to, it's like an uphill battle. It's always more difficult to sell bottom up. Now, what is top to bottom? Top to bottom means I show them that this factory is a medically certified factory, and our machines are approved medical devices in Japan. And if you want to invest in any medical device that you can find in any hospital today, you are talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars to have such equipments in your home. The Kangen machine is by far the cheapest, most affordable medical device you can find in the market. It is not $100,000. It's not even $50,000. It's not $20,000. It is $5,000 only for a medical device. Is there a difference between the first approach and the second approach? If there's a difference, type 1 in the chat box. One is you're trying to justify why people should invest $5K, and not $200. The second one is it's dirt cheap for you to own a medical device. So it's all about how you prepare their mind. Very, very important. Okay, I'm short on time. I'm going to go a bit fast. So that's where I end the demo and I show them that the machine has 15, 25 years lifespan. And if you amortize the cost, it comes to a few US dollars a day. Question, we buy insurance every day to protect our family from any diseases or health crisis. This, my friend, it is something that you use every day and costs less than your insurance policy for your entire family. A couple dollars a day. And once you pay it off, and I know in certain countries you also have easy payment schemes, once you pay it off, the machine serves you for the rest of your life. You know, it's much better than buying insurance if you ask me, because this one you're actually getting the benefit. You know, you pay for insurance. Do you use it? You hope to God you don't have to use it, right? So this is how you try to change the perspective of the people. Okay. So this is on the Kangen machine so far. And then of course, after this, I go into the demo. So at that point, I asked them, so do you like what you just seen? Do you think this technology can help people? Do you think there is a business behind this? Now, I need you to understand on how the machine works so that I can show you how you can build a successful business with the company. So the transition from my demo to the business becomes very easy. I think a lot of people struggle with doing the demo and finding it a little bit tough or a little bit hard to go into the business side. Some people, they experience this because why? They are doing product demo. The person is saying, you're here to sell me a machine. Why are you suddenly telling me about business? I didn't sign up for business. So it's all about how you frame it, how you invite them, how you do the demo. So far, so good. Did you guys get value so far? So Barbara said, we're not allowed to talk about medical device in Italy, even if in Japan. Exactly. You know, so you have to really make sure you comply with your own country's stuff. Yeah. So you don't have to say that, but you can say something like high quality, or you can say stuff like the metals are of medical grade. I don't know, check with your office if you can say that the engine is constructed with medical grade metals, you know, without calling it a medical device. I'm not sure. Please check with your branches. You know, we can use certain words that can convey similar messages. We just have to be a little bit, you know, smart with the way that we use our words. Okay. So great. Yeah, this video is recorded. So those of you who want a recording, I think it would be posted onto the groups. Yeah, once it's done. Okay. So I don't have much time. I need to go into my second topic. Okay. So today I'm going to share two things. The first one is how the Kangen machine works. And the second one is the latest tech, the latest thing that is hitting the enagic world. And people have just been asking me about it. When is it going to come to Europe? When is it going to come to UK? This, that. And I think for today, let's do a revision and also how I sell the emGuarde. Now, the emGuarde may not be available in a lot of your countries, including India, Europe, US, UK, Canada. It's not available yet, but it's coming. I think you just have to give enagic a little bit of time to bring in the product. You know, in the last 1 month, I've done 2 pre-launch calls for the European market. And the first call had more than 1,000 people who came. The second call had about 700 plus people who came. And you guys are so excited on emGuarde. If you're excited on emGuarde, type emGuarde in the chat box. If you want emGuarde in your country, you want emGuarde in your branch, you want to be able to sell emGuarde or include emGuarde in your business, type emGuarde in the chat box. You know, I've been creating a lot of success with emGuarde in my own team. That's why I have been speaking on many stages around the world on emGuarde. And I believe you can use emGuarde to really enhance, you know, your volume in the business for you to get to the next rank, and to bring in new people. Okay, so how do we sell emGuarde? Now, I've done this training before, and later I'm going to bring up some of the slides, is that, you know, 70% of how we sell emGuarde, 70% is educating people about why electromagnetic radiation is harmful. 70%. Because I believe that people will not buy emGuarde, even though it's so good, if they feel that electromagnetic frequency is not harmful. No, it's nothing, you know, I use my phone, Simon, I use my phone every day, I'm not dead. You know, I use my laptop every day, I'm not dead. So when you have that mindset in people, it becomes very difficult to convince them to get the product or to build the business because they feel it's not dangerous. So 70% of selling emGuarde is the awareness on the harms of electromagnetic radiation, I believe, in my experience so far. So we need to really take time to educate that. In certain markets, the awareness is already there. I believe in markets like France, Europe, Italy, I think a lot of people are aware of these electromagnetic fields, even in Japan, even in Hong Kong, right? So people are aware. But like in Malaysia, many people, they are still not so aware of the harm. They know it exists, but they don't know the harm. So again, 70%, we have to focus on the awareness. So what I like to do is I start with the story 30 years ago and 30 years today. Nowadays, people are living very differently. 30 years ago, we never had all these devices. We never had all these laptops and all these big things that we put onto our head. And we never had Wi-Fi technology. Once you have wireless Wi-Fi technology, what does that mean? It means you have frequencies flowing around your entire house 24/7, and you can't even see these frequencies. And it's affecting the young kids and the elderly people. All right. So it's EMF radiation is one of the key, newest, latest pollution that is lurking in our everyday lives. You could be living in the best neighborhood today that has clean air, good water, not noisy, but you cannot run away from the EMF radiation pollution. Because as long as you have a router, you have your phones, you have your extension cords, you have your kitchen appliances, you have radiation. So it's a huge market. It's a huge market. So electromagnetic pollution is unique because it doesn't directly impact our senses, unlike other types of pollution. You can't see, feel, smell, or hear it, making it hard to detect. So again, 70% is in the education. And I like to also show this slide to show people that if your living environment looks like this, it's going to be very difficult for you to even sit there for an hour if you can see the radiation. But the thing is, you can't see it. All right. And this was from the WHO, and this was from the agency based in France, that they actually classified electromagnetic fields as possibly carcinogenic to humans based on an increased risk of glioma. All right. So we talk about the different types of radiation sources, and we use the tool, right? We use the RD9300, which is the tool that we use. And we show that anything above 200 microwatts on the detector, it is considered not acceptable or above the permissible limit according to the FCC. Everything that was crafted on the emGuarde slide is all according to research. It's not just, it's 200 is high, below 200 is low. It's all according to the FCC reports, And we also like to show these videos. You can do it live. For emGuarde particularly, I like to do it live for the moment because it's a new product. Unlike Kangen, which is very matured in the market, when people go on YouTube, they go on Google, they can see a lot of material. So they know whatever that you show to them is real. But for the emGuarde, because it's so new, I like to do it live. I also do it on Zoom if I have no choice, but live is great. So we show them the detector, we show them that they can scan it. And what I like to do is, when you have a home demo, you can bring a detector to your customer's house and just do a free EMF scan. Can somebody type in the chat box, free EMF scan? Tell your customer, I'm not just here to sell a product. Before I sell you this product, which I believe that you need, I'm going to do a free EMF scan for your home. So what do? It's free, right? So they're not paying for anything. You can take a detector, go around their house and show them which are the areas that is actually emitting a lot of power density, electromagnetic power density, that they should be staying away from. Yeah. So what do? You go there, and when they see it, let me tell you this: when they see, oh my God, it's coming from here, it's coming from here. The fear factor is there. I better protect myself. Now, it's very important to show them because radiation you can't see. All right. And according to the FCC, why emGuarde? If you look at the specification of emGuarde, it protects you up to 1 gigahertz of frequencies. Now, why does the emGuarde developers do up to 1 gigahertz? It's because the body absorbs 30 to 300 megahertz the most. By the way, for some of you who are not so familiar with frequencies, 1 gigahertz also means 1,000 megahertz. Now the body absorbs what? 30 to 300 the most. That is the range where the body absorbs it the most. So that's the range that we need to defend ourselves from. And why is that range very important? Because this is a study from India, from an engineering and communication, electronics and communication engineering department in India. And they found out that all of our organs and our body has an operating frequency. And the brain is between 72 to 90. Human body is between 62 to 78. The heart is 67 to 70. The liver, 55 to 60. Pancreas, 60 to 80. Disease starts at 58. So these are all the operating frequencies of the body. All right. Now, we talk about something called resonance, co-frequency resonance. So when you have frequencies around you that shares the same frequency, similar frequency as your organs, what happens? It causes a vibration. And we don't want our cells and organs to be vibrated, consistently. So you can see here, when this teacher uses two forks, the first fork is 512 hertz. The second one is 440. There is no resonance. There's nothing. There's no vibration. But once he changes to the same frequency tuning fork, it starts to vibrate. So again, this means that when you have frequencies around you that matches the frequency of your organs and your body, that's why people are getting disrupted sleep at night. That's why people, after using the laptops and phones for a day, they feel tiredness, they feel headache, they get a muscle soreness, or even some people who are more sensitive, they even get nauseousness when they're near areas with high radiation, or maybe they're in a certain vehicle that has a lot of batteries. All these things leads to, some adverse effects on the body. Now, this is a video that I believe is going to be very powerful for all of us to watch again, because this video is going to really, let me make sure I can share the sound as well. Okay, yep, share the sound. So this was a video I took in Hong Kong.
So I want you guys to see, just zoom in on the phone, Ben. You can just take a look at this.
Take a look at that.
I don't know if you guys can hear it.
This is all the
software is connected
frequencies
to
in the room.
a dongle that connects to an antenna, and the antenna is receiving the interference around this room. It's unbelievable. Take a look at the chart. It is crazy, absolutely crazy. We have not seen this anywhere else. Okay, so now what we want to find out is, if we have the emGuarde, what can it do to us and what can it do for us? So it's not connected. Now I'm going to put next to the SDR software. I'm going to turn it on in 3, 2, 1. Look at the wave spectrum. It's gone down. I'm going to unplug the emGuarde.
Talk about this suppression.
All right. Take a look at the suppression, guys. Here, take a look at the suppression. Boom. With the emGuarde turned on.
Do you guys like what you just seen so far? I mean, I made this video. I've seen it 1,000 times, but every time I see it, it really shows us that, these kind of energies, first of all, they are invisible, but they are everywhere. You walk into a room, hotel room, or even your own living room, you would feel that there's nothing wrong, right? There's nothing wrong. And, you should be able to just be in that environment and it shouldn't be any problem. But once you whip out certain gadgets, you can actually see on the screens, all right, how it actually works. By the way, those of you who want to know what that app is, it's called the SDR, and you can only use it on Android. And I got myself an Android phone, just arrived today, just to use it on for the SDR software. So because that software, you can buy it on the App Store, or they call it the Play Store, and you can show it. So how does emGuarde work? Okay, how does it work? Within a 4 to 4 meter radius, it utilizes something called harmonics frequency to effectively suppress targeted electromagnetic radiation between 3 to 1,000 megahertz without affecting the signals, and stuff like that is in the environment. All right, and numerous test reports. I'm not going to go into all this in the detail. You would find out more about this in the upcoming technical trainings. I don't like to go into the details, but I believe that emGuarde is going to be a game changer for the 𝐼𝐼 world. I believe 𝐼𝐼 has been focusing on Kangen machines for a long time, which is a good thing because they're very specialized. But let's, for a second, think about why, at this point of time, 50th anniversary, Mr. Ashiro decides to bring in a product like emGuarde. First of all, because he probably loves the emGuarde. And he uses it himself. And he wants to allow distributors to have something new, patented, and exciting to also sell to their network and also to bring in new people into the business. All right, the emGuarde would be retailing for $1,480. This is the pre-launch pricing. And it's going to be, you know, a fraction of the cost of a Kangen machine for you to bring in a new business partner into the business. So those of you who are excited for emGuarde, type 1 in the chat box. If you don't have it yet, I suggest you get one from your nearest office. You know, if you're near to Dubai, you can get it from Dubai. If you're near to Malaysia, you can get it in Malaysia. Or you can just wait for it to come to your branch, your country. That's fine as well. But let me tell you, when I saw emGuarde for the first time, May 2023, I was like, this is it. Because all of us, we can't turn the time back to when Kangen was introduced in the country. Shermin said she was with 𝐼𝐼 Malaysia for 13 years, 12, 13 years. I was not in 𝐼𝐼 for 12, 13 years. I was not the first one to got to know about Kangen machine in Malaysia, but I was one of the first few to have the privilege to know about this in Malaysia. And I took the bull by the horn, you know? I really studied it. I learned how to present it. And I became the top 3 sales in the entire country with my team on emGuarde. So I believe it doesn't matter where you are in your rank or your volume or your team size. It doesn't really matter, as long as you decide today that you want to take yourself to the next level. You want to take your team to the next level. You can do it. You can do it. You have the power to become number 1, as long as you put your mind to it and your effort, and you learn everything about it, and you become the loudest speaker of your business starting today. I believe anybody can do it. You know, those who have succeeded in the past, if they're continuing to succeed, that's fine. But you would have seen a lot of people who have succeeded in the past, they have gone down today. They're not here today. So this business is a fair playing field for anybody that has the vigor, that has that enthusiasm to take it on as a business. And I believe when I saw it, I did it that way. And no looking back, I just went head on into this project. That's why I've been invited by so many branches around the world so far. They invited me to go to their countries to speak on emGuarde to the distributors. I'm very happy to do that for 𝐼𝐼 all the time, because as I mentioned, we're all in the same 𝐼𝐼 family. So as long as we are inspiring people within the family, I also have my teams in those countries. We do it together. And I think when we have that synergy between the distributors, that's where we become very, very powerful. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to take too much of time. I think Park and Lock has been waiting. 頸都長啊. All right. The neck is already very long for Park and Lock from Hong Kong. So I would like for them to also add value to everybody today. Thank you very much for those of you who are tuning in so far. I hope this call has been valuable to you guys. I hope you guys have learned at least something from my sharing so far. And I believe all of us, we can continuously to inspire one another to move forward. And one thing before I pass to Park and Lock from Hong Kong is that this business is global. You do not need to be limited by your geographical area. You do not need to. I'm from Malaysia. I have my business in Dubai, in India, in Turkey, in Nigeria, actively selling machines. You know, you can do this business anywhere. So if you feel like your neighborhood is not good enough for you, nobody's buying the machine, go to another neighborhood. If you feel that city you're living in is not good enough for you, go to a different city. Or now with internet, you can do sessions on Zoom. So this business is global. And now with emGuarde, you know, it's so easy, I would say, to recruit somebody in a different area altogether, because you don't really need to install anything for people. They buy the machine, they buy the emGuarde, send it to their house, they plug it, whoop, they use it. Nothing to repair, install, blah, 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 nothing. So now I believe, ladies and gentlemen, that the emGuarde business has just gone more global than it already has. And I look forward to see every one of you on the June event in Okinawa. So without further ado, thank you very much for coming to my session for tonight. And now we're going to invite